buzzing. I could have killed her, but I didn't. I wanted to, but I didn't. For the first time in my life, I felt real strong, but she won anyway. Why? Everybody that passed me in the street, I felt like asking why, but I didn't. I just walked. I walked all night. By the time I got home, it wasn't night anymore.
Georgie?
Yeah, Ma?
Where have you been? I've been calling everywhere. I've been so worried.
For Pete's sake, stop worrying about me. You hear me? Stop worrying about me. If everybody let me alone.
Here, Georgie.
What's that?
A letter for you. Selective Service Board.
Selective. Let me see.
Your draft notice.
Yeah. Yeah, my draft notice.
Georgie, dear.
Mom, I don't want this. I can't go into the Army. Mom, they can't take me.
Well, there's nothing you can do about it, dear.
Yeah, but I support you, don't I? Don't I support you? You're my dependent. If they took me, that you...
Well, Georgie, they've taken other boys. It'd only be for a year. I could manage.
Mama, I think you want me to be drafted.
Oh, you know that's not
Yeah,
so.
sure. Yeah, you don't care if they draft me. You don't care what they do to me.
Oh, Georgie.
You're all alike, you and Terry. You don't care. Well, I care. And other people care, too, even if you don't. I didn't go to work. I just sat in my room all morning. I had to think. Mom knocked on the door a couple of times, but I didn't answer. I had to think, but my head kept spinning. Wouldn't let me think of anything but Terry. I was worried about her. Knew she was sore at me. But now I needed her. Well, Mother had walked out on me. I needed Terry bad. Maybe if she knew how much I needed her.
Hello?
Terry?
Yes, who's this?
Terry, I have to see you.
Oh, you.
Terry, please, I have to talk to you. It's important.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Please, Terry. Terry. I called her again. I kept calling her, but she wouldn't come to the phone. I had to talk to her. I had to tell her how sorry I was. I had to tell her how much I needed her. I needed her more than ever now. I wanted to marry her. I could take care of her just like I'd been doing. She knew that. If she married me, she'd be my dependent. I'd have to take care of her or be drafted. Well, she liked that, getting even more money out of me. I had to tell her, but she wouldn't answer my calls. I kept calling till it was dark, and then I went down to Mac's cocktail lounge. Terry'd be there, I figured.
Well, look who's here. Hi, George, boy. What'll it be?
Terry around, Mac?
Terry? She called up, said she wasn't feeling so good. Said she had a sore throat.
Oh. Yeah, that's right.
Anything I can do for you, kid?
No, thanks.
Now, sit down and have a drink. You look like you can use one.
Okay.
There's something wrong?
Got my draft notice.
Uh-oh.
I've got to see Terry. Got to talk to her.
Oh, sure. Can't blame you for that. She's home now, I guess.
Yeah. She always laughed when I asked her to marry me. Now she can't laugh. Now she wants me around. She'll have to marry me, right, Mac?
Well, sure. Sure, kid. She ever say anything about marrying you?
What's the matter, Mac? What are you looking like that for?
Didn't she ever tell you?
Tell me what?
About Jerry.
Jerry? Who's Jerry? Mac, who's Jerry?
Her husband.
Or what?
Her husband. Doing a stretch for forgery. Been in San Quentin a couple years now. Should be due out pretty quick. I figure you know, George. I figured she must have told you, but... Hey, wait a minute, kid. Let me fix your drink. Hey, George.
I was walking again. For some reason, I was walking back home, but when I got home, I kept on walking. My head was spinning like it did once before. My hands hurt. My fingers were cramping up. I could almost feel Terry's neck in my hands. I wanted to squeeze the life out of her, to kill her. But there was something in the way. Always there was something in the way. I had to get rid of it. I had to get rid of what was in the way. It was late. Real late. I was standing across the street from Terry's rooming house. I stood there for an hour. Maybe 2 hours, I don't know. I saw the light in her room go out. I saw her open the window in the dark. She was going to sleep. I waited some more. Till I knew for sure she was asleep. Till the whole house looked like it was asleep. There was a brick I tripped on, one of those concrete building blocks. That was in the alley around the side of the house near the fire escape. That's where I was going. Up the fire escape. I took the brick with me. I stopped at the first landing. That was her room there. I could even see her through the window. Window was open. I could get inside easy. She was right there. I could see her sleeping. I started to go inside and I stopped. I couldn't do it. Not yet. She looked so beautiful, I couldn't do it. I started to walk home, but I was tired. My head hurt. My hands, even my arms hurt, too. I stopped in and Max.
All right, kiddo. I didn't expect to see you back this time of night. You get to see Terry? You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
And drink?
Okay.
Here you are. See Terry?
Mm-hmm.
And?
She's beautiful, Mac. There's nobody like her anyway.
Oh, she is. You loaded?
No,
What are you lugging a hunk of cement around for?
I need it.
What for? You ain't gonna build a wall, are you?
No, but it's just right.
It's right for what?
You better go. See you, Mac.
Where are you going, George?
Gotta go back.
Back where? Kind of late to be seeing Terry again, ain't it?
I knew I could do it now. I had to do it. I walked back. I walked all the way back. A long way. This time I could do it right. No alleys, no fire escapes. This time I used my key. Why shouldn't I have a key? I had enough money invested in her. I had a right to have a key. The place was dark and quiet. I felt quiet, too. Relaxed. I stood there at the bed watching her sleep. Lying there with her eyes closed, she looked sad. Sad and peaceful, the way I felt. I stood there looking down at her. I don't know how long I stood there. Then I lifted the cement block. It was heavier. It was heavier than I figured, but I lifted it way up. High, right over her. She moved a little, and I waited. The block was getting heavier. Her eyes opened, slow at first, then big and wide.
Georgie? What?
I brought it down. Hard. I phoned Mac at his cocktail lounge, told him what I did. He didn't believe me at first, but then he told me to stay right there. I didn't want to go anyplace anyway. I was tired. I just sat there, and pretty soon the cops came in. One of them was a detective, Lieutenant somebody or other.
Come on, Decker.
Why two?
Where to? Where do you think we take people who kill their mothers?
Mothers? I didn't kill my mother.
No? Who did?
I mean, I didn't want to kill her. I didn't want to kill my mother at all. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Sure, I know. You don't, kid. I know you don't. Ready?
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Come on.
You have just heard an actual confession. This case history of the subject referred to as George S. Decker is a matter of documented record. To protect the legal rights of the subject, names and places were changed or deleted. Technical advice for confession comes from the Office of the Director of Corrections, Department of Corrections, State of California. In a moment, you will hear again from George S. Decker.
Subject was tried in Orange County, California, for murder, first degree. Found not guilty by reason of insanity. Awarded custody, California State Department of Mental Hygiene. Confined, Mendocino State Hospital, Talmadge, California. Psychiatrist report. To date, unfavorable. An individual with deep-seated, unresolved emotional problems, which will require long-range treatment. And now, George S. Decker.
I tried to tell you everything that happened, even the way I felt when it was happening. Maybe you understand, maybe you don't. Anyhow, for me, talking and telling you about it helps. People I talk to up here have a way of making things clear. They tell me that they'll let me go when I know I'm ready to go. I don't know when that'll be. Sometimes everything seems to make sense for me. Other times I just don't know. I just don't know.
This has been Confession, transcribed statements of actual crimes. These true tragedies are brought to you each week as an NBC Radio Network production in an effort to stem the nation's forward march of crime. Credit for this broadcast goes to our cast: Paul Frees, Lamont Johnson, Charlotte Lawrence, Helen Klebe, Jack Crucian. Script, Don Brinkley. Music, Michael Samogi. Script supervision, Warren Lewis. Direction, Homer Canfield. John Wall speaking. Confession, a Canfield Lewis creation, came to you from California.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.